Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another stream here on the Willie Does Wrestling YouTube channel. I am, of course, Willie Does Wrestling, and joining me yet again, it is Dylan from the Last Week in Wrestling podcast. Dylan, how are you, sir?
I'm good, buddy. How are you? How's everything?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there, slowly but
Yep.
surely. And yeah, so Smackdown happened last night.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And it was a decent show. Not for nothing. It was a decent show. We had some really cool moments. Finally, Roman and Cody met
Yeah,
about a month before WrestleMania, before their big match and everything, and cut a very good promo. Roman definitely got under Cody's skin for sure, and everything. So definitely cool
yeah.
to see.
Yes, and we also got a couple of people coming out and wanting to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship,
Yep.
which is cool. I wanted it to be
Yeah.
a ladder match, but no. Next week there's going to be a fatal five-way. Fine with that.
Mhm.
And then a couple of filler matches, of course. But it is what it is. So essentially, we're going to go over the highlights of the show, and then
Mhm.
later on in the stream, we will give our Revolution 2023 predictions.
Yes,
So
sir.
are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm
Let,
ready.
let's not waste any time. Of course, we kicked off the show. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes meeting for the
Mhm.
first time in the middle of the ring. Pretty good promo work by the two.
Yeah.
Um, and I thought it was funny. I kept hearing people on Twitter being like, Cody's burying AEW in that promo," because I think there was a thing saying no one expected 10,000 people to watch my little indie show. It wasn't
Yep.
about AEW. It was about All In. If you remember that pay per view,
Yep.
that was what it was
Exactly.
about. It wasn't about
Right.
AEW.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have put. I didn't expect 800,000 people to watch my little indie show, but
4 million viewers each and every month we're getting. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, liar Tony Khan.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Big
liked
time.
I liked seeing these two finally able to confront each other in the middle of the ring.
Mhm.
There's one problem I have with this story though. It seems like it's all about Dusty. Dusty this, Dusty that. And it's like, what about Cody? Like,
Right.
we get it. Yeah, Dusty's a huge inspiration. He trained
Mhm.
Roman. He's Cody's father. But it's like, why does this big WrestleMania main event have to be about Dusty Rhodes? Like, and that's all they talk about. I'm fine if it's like a minor reference here and there, but it seems
Mhm.
like it's all this story is about.
Yeah, it does feel that way for sure. Dusty definitely played a big part in WWE, during his time as well as after the fact, especially with NXT, bringing up superstars like Roman Reigns, Seth, Becky, Bailey, and the list goes on and on. But it definitely feels like they are really trying to hammer home this Dusty story each and every
Yeah,
week, even on Raw and stuff. My thought on it is it brings a lot more want for this match. And I think that's what they're more or less shooting on. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cody and Roman as is a very good match. I think it'll be a
yeah,
exciting match overall in general. But I do think that it's not so much crowd drawing worthy without some type of story behind it. And, Dusty, rest in peace, never got a chance to hold that championship belt that he always wanted to, that he deserved to. And Cody, throughout all the gimmicks that they made him go through with the Legacy Dynasty, Stardust, him and his brother,
yeah,
kind of making him look like the fool almost in the way of the Rhodes family. Now he's bringing this new this new leverage to the Rhodes family, I think itself, with the American Nightmare gimmick, and him saying that this is a story that I need to complete. I think it's been his story since day one. He's always wanted to give his father that belt, of course while he was still here, but never got a chance to. But I think now in spirit, with WrestleMania coming up, I think he can finally finish the story. But though, yeah, I do feel like, yeah, we're playing on this Dusty gimmick a lot. Roman's also talking about it.
Yeah.
Roman did a nice little American Dream improv of him and everything. You got it. No matter how you want to, you can't lose it. You have it. You're it. Type of thing. And that's great and all. But yeah, it is in a way kind of getting overplayed a little bit of the same Dusty this, Dusty that, oh, what
Yeah.
about Cody? I think Cody's story is more exciting, more or less. But I think that's what we're going to get when Cody finally becomes champion. His story, I think that more or less he's finishing what his father left off on, what he was trying to leave off on, finish this story. Let's get this over with. It's only 30 more days that we got to listen to this story, more or less, and
Yep.
then Cody's true story, the true journey of Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare for WWE begins. And I think that
Yeah.
one's going to overshadow Dusty Rhodes in many ways, and of course bring the Rhodes family to another plateau that they deserve to be on with all they've done for WWE.
100%. 100%. It was a good face to face. I mean,
Oh,
this is
great
our
face to face.
WrestleMania main event. It was great. Of course, Roman starting out the promo with so what do you want to talk about? I
Loved it.
fucking popped hearing that.
Yep,
Oh, I
throwing the
loved
belts
it.
on the floor.
Throwing the belts
Big
on the
big
floor,
disgrace. Yeah.
being like, did you even fight for either one of these?
Yeah.
Like, did
Have you
you
ever
win any of
entered
them?
for one? Yep. Nah, I
Yeah.
loved it. Roman really knows how to get under your skin. Whether it was with Sammy or Kevin or Finn or any of the other opponents that he has come in contact with. And, the best
Yeah.
part of it is yeah, Roman was trained by Dusty Rhodes. Cody was not. Cody was a regular train guy between Shawn Michaels and I think Road Dogg and other people along the way. He kind of trained a little himself with Dustin. So, poking that bear that's, unfortunately sad story in a way, but poking at it definitely, it's you could see it on Cody's face every time someone brings up Dusty Rhodes. He's upset about it. It's cool. He, appreciates the homage that we try to pay to him,
Yeah.
and everything. But again, it's just like
It's just
how many
overplayed.
more
It's like,
times? Yeah, how many more times are we
yeah.
really going to hear this?
I just want Cody to be the main focus now.
Yeah.
And, not saying that the storyline isn't great, but I don't think I need to hear another Cody promo bringing up Dusty like every single fucking minute. Like,
Hmm.
respect to him, rest in peace. He's a fucking legend. He trained Roman Reigns and all that, but I just don't think that we need to hear a lot about him.
No, me
And it
neither.
was a great face to face, great promo
Yes.
between these two. These guys can talk. Roman Reigns in 2017 didn't fucking know how to talk. I mean, John Cena fucking buried his ass in a contract
Yeah, when he was
signing, and
trying to
now
forget. Yep, when he forgot his
when he
promos.
forgot his
Yeah.
line, yeah,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
now
He
he's
goes,
just
"Don't
out
worry."
here creating bangers. He's
Yep.
creating banger promos every single week, and I love it.
Yeah.
Next
Totally.
on the show, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Didn't care.
I was excited. Okay. Okay.
Oh, really? I
I
didn't
was I
care
was
because
happy with
for
it.
one, it was clear who was going to win.
Right, of course.
And for two, I don't know, I just wasn't interested. It's like, no, Liv Morgan. Hooray, another woman on SmackDown to feed to a Raw superstar.
Yeah.
And again, you got Dominic Mysterio defeating Santos Escobar a little
Yeah.
later.
Hmm.
But at least after the Escobar, I think he took the Rey Mysterio mask that Rey
Yeah, and
gave
ripped
to
it.
Santos and ripped it. Rey
Yep.
Mysterio didn't like it. He got angry, and Dominic gave him a cheap shot.
Yeah.
Um, I think Dominic's great in this heel role where he makes you wanna, he
Hate
has
him.
that punchable face, and you
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
hate him. And it's like,
Yeah.
God damn it, if I was Rey Mysterio, I would clock him right in the mouth, but Rey just won't.
Yeah.
And I like this storyline. I hope it ends at WrestleMania with
Hmm.
Rey retiring. That's what I want.
Right. Yeah, me too.
I I want Dom to win at WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Whether you turn him babyface or you keep him in the Judgment Day afterwards, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I think Ray retires after WrestleMania or at WrestleMania because what else is there left for Ray to do?
Yeah, I agree with that. I would like to see Dom put his father at that retirement stage now. I mean, Ray has been a legend in and out of WWE, Ring of Honor, WCW, ECW. I mean, the list goes on. So Ray has
Yeah.
been through all the great accolades and has been through the greatest runs of all time with The Miz, Batista, Eddie, Chavo, I mean, you name it. So I definitely think Dominic would be the perfect person to have that type of match with his own father and be able to be like, okay, it is time to, move on and pass the torch now to Dominic. But I just want to quickly touch upon that Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan thing. I think
Okay.
I think this is I think this is a story for Liv finally to get her chance to get the title back. Now I know we've maybe have talked about it here or through text and stuff, but Charlotte's on this whole breaking the Flair streak, but really not, kind of just continuing the Flair streak of how many titles can she hold like her father did. And I think after Rhea ultimately beats Charlotte, costing her the match and everything. I think Liv possibly, this is a hypothetical, but come Money in the Bank, wins Money in the Bank for the women's and challenges
Ooh.
Rhea at SummerSlam for the belt and obtains the belt from Rhea Ripley. The two of them had great chemistry in the ring, coming at number one and number two spot of the Royal Rumble and held it down for 28, 29 other superstars. And, Liv was the last one to be eliminated by Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
So, this type of story I could see coming to fruition going forward with the two of them. Liv definitely, in my opinion, needs a title run a lot longer than she's been given. She's a talented superstar and definitely one of those women that can lead the locker room to the next generation and take off. Rhea definitely is one of the better ones of Raw besides Bianca and Becky and Bailey and stuff, one of the new horsemen, I guess you could say, of the new generation of WWE. But,
Yeah.
generally, I think that Liv needs this push big time. I think Liv needs this run a lot more than she even knows it. I think that her legacy kind of depends on what kind of run she's going to get in the next few years. She's talked about settling down and becoming the Titus O'Neil of the women's division and kind of being a brand ambassador, getting married and all that good stuff. So, I mean, before going down that Titus O'Neil path, I think, a couple of more big wins, a title run, against Rhea Ripley, against the Charlotte Flair, or Ronda Rousey, I think that'll be definitely one to be able to be like, okay, I can close the book now and go do my next thing for WWE.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can definitely see that. A back-to-back Money in the Bank winner too. That'd be great for
Yeah,
Liv
big time.
Morgan. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Next, we have this segment: Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, LA Knight, The New Day, and Karrion Cross. They all want the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah,
Uh, and we have seen dissension between the Banger brothers. I think
yeah,
Drew was the first to call out Gunther, and Sheamus was like,
yes,
"What the hell, fella?
yeah. What are you doing? Yeah,
What are you doing, bud?"
I'm excited for this Fatal Five Way, but I think Karrion Cross needs this more than any of the other ones.
You
I,
think Karrion wins next week?
I don't think Carrion wins next week. I do think it's going to be either Drew, Sheamus, or LA Knight. I think those are your top three that we're gonna definitely see put a match on for all of us to see.
Yeah,
Again with like how I think Liv could win Money in the Bank back to back. I think that LA Knight could be the men's Money in the Bank winner going forward. If he doesn't get this title run at next Friday's show, but the big thing is with Drew and Sheamus, breaking up in a way, I definitely think there's going to be tension and great matches along for the both of them. But Karrion Cross, we haven't really seen much of him, and he had his little feud with Ray, and he's been in the back of the locker room a lot, and he's kind of already, there's a thing going around on Twitter that I saw last night that ever since he put the clock on the ring with the bloodline, the cracks have started to form. So
true.
he could be a part of that story in some element, more or less, like a Bray Wyatt kind of in the background, kind of just haunting them as they go
Yeah,
along their travels. But I think that Karrion needs this win more than anyone else for him because he seems very unhappy with what he's getting, and there's
it
been a
looks
lot of
like it.
reports. Yeah, it's been a lot of reports saying the same, and I think that he's a very talented athlete, just like the rest of them, but Karrion could do a lot for this company, and I think he could bring that men's division with LA Knight and others to another level that Drew and Sheamus can't. They've already kind of done their run, and they're kind of coming to the end of their chapters as well. So we need newer faces that we're starting to recognize more and more, bring the brand to another level, next generation type of thing.
I think Sheamus wins the Fatal 5-Way next week.
Yeah,
And
it's either
they
one of
had
the two
two
of them.
matches. If they're going to keep it one-on-one, I say Sheamus, even though I still think it's going to be a triple threat with McIntyre in it as well. Like, they'll find
Same.
some way.
Right.
I think Sheamus, because obviously I think they've had two matches, Clash of the Castle and a Smackdown.
Correct. Yeah,
To
back to
complete
back.
the trilogy,
Mhm.
have Sheamus win at WrestleMania. He needs the Intercontinental Championship to become Grand Slam champion. Have him do that. The career that
Yes.
Sheamus has had, almost nobody has. He's a
Yes.
King of the Ring winner, Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, World Champion, Tag Team Champion, U.S. Champion. Never been
I
IC champion.
I thought he was. I thought he was
I
at
thought he
an
was too.
elimination chamber facing because I thought he had the Cody Rhodes belt. And I thought I read somewhere that at
No,
Battlegrounds he was a champion, but I could
that
have
was
read wrong.
Ryback.
Ryback.
It was
Okay, that
Ryback who
makes
won
more
that
sense.
elimination chamber. I completely forgot.
Okay.
I thought it was Sheamus who won that chamber, but no, it was
Yeah,
Ryback.
I was arguing with my friend last night about it. I was like, I thought Sheamus was already an IC champion. Why are we continuously talking about a Grand Slam winner when he's already done it?
Yeah,
And he was
no,
like, no,
he
no,
never was.
no. Okay, all right, good.
But I think it was a missed opportunity with that Fatal 5-Way. I wish it could have been a ladder. You have the
Yeah,
New Day, you have Karrion Kross, you got LA Knight and McIntyre and Sheamus on that card.
yeah,
It was
yes, you do.
right. It was right there to have all those people in a card in a massive ladder match. Even if you had Gunther retain, even if you here's the thing, Gunther wouldn't have had to be pinned to lose his championship, and his monster dominance could have continued even after he lost the belt.
Yes, exactly,
So I don't know.
exactly.
I think they missed. I think they dropped the ball with that. But I'm very excited for that Fatal 5-Way. I want to know who's going to win. I want to know who's going to WrestleMania. I want it to be
Right.
Sheamus with every fiber in my body. At least
Yeah.
I think.
Right.
Uh, then we had Shayna Baszler and Tegan Knox. Fuck
Sleeper,
that.
sleeper. Yeah, sleeper
You got to
match.
have at least one bathroom break match, and that
Yes.
was it.
Yeah.
I think I got some water during that match, if I
Good.
remember
Good. Stay
correctly.
hydrated while we watched all this dehydrating wrestling this week.
Yeah, especially when you're sick.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, and then next, Bobby Lashley coming to SmackDown out of nowhere. Uh,
Mhm.
calls out Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy comes out. Bobby Lashley kicks Uncle Howdy's ass. Lights go out.
Yep.
What are your
Yep.
thoughts?
Well, we heard Bo Dallas's voice, and if you didn't hear it, play it
That was
again.
definitely Bo.
Yeah, it was Bo Dallas. I was Bo Dallas. That was Bo Dallas. That was Bo Dallas. So I was so happy to hear him finally speak for the first
Yeah.
time. That was definitely a big thing, and I think again that plays into these matches going forward for Bray Wyatt and Bobby, which is very exciting. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. But again, what or when really is the question? Is Bo Dallas going to be unmasked? That's more or less the creme de la creme question we're all kind of wondering. I don't want him to be. I kind of want him to be almost putting on the mask when we realize it's Bo Dallas and like a vignette. I kind of want Bray to drop the hints. I kind of want Bray to say it. I don't really want someone to rip his mask off and everyone's like, it's Bo Dallas. It's like, okay, we all knew this, but like this wasn't the way to do it. It could be a Mania thing. I think Uncle Howdy's definitely going to play a part in WrestleMania now for sure. Because now, with Bray being the guy that he's facing,
Yeah.
Uncle Howdy being his brother and everything, I definitely see the two intertwining with one another come WrestleMania. Now, would that be the time you unmask him or have that type of reveal? Yeah, if you want to, again, you got to make sure you do it right, because if you don't do it right, it's gonna hurt the story in its entirety, very much so. But no, it was great to see Uncle Howdy. It was great to see
Oh yeah.
him out there in action and everything. I was very happy to see that. So definitely not a missed opportunity on that. Definitely not a bathroom break on that segment. I'll tell you that. And yeah, no, it was cool. I enjoyed it. I was happy.
Yeah, no, I liked it. What was I gonna say? My theory for Uncle Howdy is you have Bo Dallas return in some way, even if you
Right,
have him. Well, I wouldn't say have Bo Dallas out of nowhere, but you know how like Bray Wyatt has the Fiend as his demon essentially. Have it be the same thing with Bo Dallas. Have Bo Dallas revealed in some way, shape, or form, and then you
right,
keep having Bo Dallas be Uncle Howdy on some occasions.
right.
That way, you still have Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy in a way,
Hmm.
because you're not just gonna have Uncle Howdy just there, and then as soon as Bo Dallas gets revealed, he's just Bo Dallas. There would be no
Right,
point.
right,
So it's like Kane and Demon Kane. It's like Balor
right.
and Demon Balor. It's like
Yeah.
Bray and the Fiend. You know, that's what
Yes.
I want.
Put some Bolieve in the Firefly Funhouse. You know what I mean?
That.
Have like your brother do a video on the little TV of him wrestling while Bray's talking, kind of to throw it out there. So you got to be clever with it, because with this type of reveal, these type of characters that we're getting with Bray and everything, it's very, it could cost him. It could cost him a lot with
Oh yeah.
creativity. It could cost him a lot with story. It could cost him a lot with setting up for the future going on. Because as well, whether you want to say it or not, yes, we all know it's Bo Dallas. If you still haven't figured it out, you should go back and watch a lot of the already Bo Dallas esque type of reveals that we've been getting. But we see what or how really we're going to get the reveal, or I hope we never get a reveal in a way too. We kind of know it's happening. We know who he is, and let him be that. Let him be this.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. Of course, the main event of the show: Solo Sikoa versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Whoo. Okay. Promos. I mean, if Roman wasn't on a promo fire streak, these leading up to this match, saying that if Jay doesn't come back in a week, that it's gonna be Jimmy's fault, not no more
Oh yeah,
Sammy's
it's gonna
fault.
be Jimmy's
Which,
fault. It's not even gonna be Jay's fault. It's gonna be Jimmy's.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
because I think also before that it was like, did you talk to your brother? Yeah,
yeah,
he said he needed more time. And Roman's like, really? It's like, no. Jay said leave him the hell alone.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that this bloodline shit is so fucking great. I
It's
love it.
so good, and I think that if Jay doesn't come back next week, if Jay doesn't come back next week, I think Jimmy's going to realize Sammy's been right this whole time. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
that Jay at the end of the match, we know that Solo uh, Sammy got the victory, I believe.
No,
Or
no,
was it
Solo
Solo?
won. It was
Solo won.
Solo.
Okay. So Solo won, and they were going to do the little Umaga chair to the throat, kind of ending.
Umaga chair, yeah.
Yeah, Sami Zayn. Jimmy wanted to do it, giving Sammy enough time to recover, hitting Solo, and then taking out, Jimmy
Jimmy.
again. That's showing that that was Jimmy's fault. Kind of foreshadowing what could happen for next week going
Yeah?
forward in the possibility that he's not showing up again next week. And I think definitely Roman is going to utilize that as a big counterpoint when explaining to Jimmy how it is now his fault. Because, you didn't end Sammy like I told you to. You decided to get yourself involved and cost Solo and cost yourself ending Sammy, making Sammy and Kevin's reign over us continue instead of taking them down one by one. So yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely think that what happened, how it ended, and everything is definitely going to be utilized next week. And I don't see Jay coming. Listen, if he shows up, holy shit, he could show up at the end during a match, or he could show up when Roman's talking all of a sudden, and in the stands again, holding both belts, and
He
maybe
could show up
finally.
accidentally attacking Roman.
Exactly. He could, or anything. I mean, anything is possible at this point. I think that we have to just see what the tribal chief is going to be doing come next week. But I definitely think that the Jimmy thing is going to take a big turn for the worse. And I think Jimmy's going to start seeing that these cracks maybe aren't so outside breaking in,
Yeah,
it's the inside breaking in. And what is he going to do going forward? WrestleMania only a month away, so what will
yeah,
happen.
yeah. Well, this was a very good smack. I would say it's a decent SmackDown.
Yeah,
I
3 out of 5.
mean, 3 out of 5, definitely. I would
Yeah,
have to agree with you. Um, we're getting a banger Fatal 5-Way next week. Of
yeah,
course, we're raising the stakes in the Bloodline feud. We finally got a confrontation with Roman and Cody. The Ray and Dom feud's continuing.
yep.
There was a lot of bangers. And of course, I got Uncle Howdy finally
Oh,
speaking or
love it.
laughing. Love it.
Yeah, love it.
Um, yeah, 3.5 or around a
Yeah,
3.
yeah,
Um, very good SmackDown. Very good
absolutely.
SmackDown.
Yes.
Which brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to
To the
the
night of
next
nights that we got
portion.
tomorrow. Oh
The
boy,
next
what a show!
portion of the video. It is AEW Revolution. Tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow
Yes,
night.
sir. Whew. Do I got a lot to say?
And, you know, not the best card. Not the best.
Okay, okay.
Um,
I'm gonna
well,
have to disagree with you on that, but I want to hear your opinion first.
the reason being,
Okay.
right,
Mhm.
the tag team title fatal 4-way.
Okay.
Why?
Yep,
The
that's
fuck?
definitely one. Yes.
Okay. The next is maybe I don't watch Sprocked a lot. Ruby Soho. Fuck's she doing there? Fuck's she doing there?
Mhm.
What else? Actually, no. Actually, I think it's a decent card, but and then of course I'm gonna pull the classic fan here, being like, "Where's the storylines?
And I definitely
Samoa
want to touch
Joe
upon
and
that too.
Wardlow.
Yep.
Samoa Joe and Wardlow. The Elite
Yep.
versus House of Black.
Yep.
Everything else kind of does. Oh shit! Do we have another match on the card?
We have a 0 hour before the show, which is going
Oh,
to
so this must
be.
be the 0 hour, which is Mark Briscoe and Lucha Bros
Yep.
versus Ari Daivari and the
Mhm.
Varsity Athletes. Do we
Yep.
even need to fucking go and talk about who we think is going to win? It's obviously Mark
Well,
Briscoe and Lucha Brothers.
yeah, I mean, that's definitely an easy one. I'm very excited for that one. I think there's another match at the 0 hour. I'm not too
Not
sure
on
what it
my
is.
list.
Not
Not
on
on
your
my
list?
list.
Okay, I definitely have to see that. But
Maybe in the
um,
next, maybe later today it'll be announced, or maybe it was just announced. I don't fucking know.
yeah, something like that.
But yeah,
I think this card is stacked. I think this card has not too much room to breathe.
lots of
I
talent.
think lots of talent, that is for sure. A lot of these matches are going to set up different outcomes for a lot of these people. Speaking
Mm,
on the triple threat with Ruby, Soraya, and Jamie, I think
yeah.
that, yeah, there's not much of a quote unquote story that we really got
Mm,
out of this, but I think that if I want Ruby winning, I need Ruby to
what?
win. I don't want Soraya to win. I don't want that because I feel like that'll bring Tony Storm to break this little faction that they got going on to take her out at the next pay-per-view or something like that. If Jamie Hayter, retains, that's fine. It just shows again that they don't want to give good talent a try, kind of like how
Yeah.
WWE has that type of momentum behind them. Ruby, I think, would be one to see have the title, for sure, for even if it is for a pay-per-view or two, if it's for one pay-per-view, if it's for a couple of weeks, kind of like how we did with Darby Allen. Um, I'm okay with it, but it brings new eyes to the brand. It brings maybe new fans of her to watch a little bit more. It brings those 4 million people that come or whatnot, as Tony Khan says, per week. I think that more or less is what I think the winning for Ruby would do. House of Black needs to get the titles from the Elite. The Elite are doing nothing with them. Just like how Damage Control wasn't really doing much with theirs,
Yeah.
the Elite aren't doing much. They had great matches against AR Fox and Top Flight. They had a very good match with who else did they face? I think they faced a Firm or something at like a basketball
Uh,
party show, something like
yeah.
that. Yeah. So, you know, cool. I'm not like, oh my God, it's the Elite anymore. It
Yeah.
was like that for a while, and it was great to watch them at Full Gear, and it was great to see them against the Death Triangle, which I thought that was a great, great classic fight between them and X and Pac and all of them. Though again, I don't think that if the House of Black don't retain or get the belts, that they're going to do much with them going forward. And it's just going to be the
Yeah.
cycle of continuous elite winning, elite winning, elite winning, which it
Yeah.
works to an extent, but it doesn't work for everybody. I don't want to keep seeing
Yeah.
them every week have good matches with really good up and coming talent or talent that should be being pushed more than anyone else and have them not obtain some type of goal. But with that fatal four way, I wanna say this quick, and I want to hear your opinion on it. The Guns need to retain.
Why?
Guns need to retain.
Why?
The Guns heel run has been the most interesting one out of the tag team division so far. I
Mm.
think that the Guns could have a decent run with the tag team titles. I don't want to see Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. I don't think anybody
Oh no.
wants to see Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett.
No
Orange
sane human
Cassidy,
being.
no. Orange Cassidy and Danhausen, come on now. Let's be serious. Like, do we
So pissed
really
off about that.
yeah, like that was just a shit that it should have been Dark Order, it should have been Top Flight, it should have been hell, Mark Briscoe and someone else if you really want to throw
So
some
hold on. Are you saying all your predictions first, and then I'm saying all mine? Like you've been saying a lot
s-
of your predictions
some
at
so, yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, kind of that's how I've been going. I'm sorry. I should have said that
No, all
beforehand.
good. You can say
Uh
all yours, and then I'll say all mine. Go right ahead.
yeah.
You're on the
I want
taking tower.
all
Yeah.
right, cool. I want yeah, I want the Guns to retain. Their hero run has probably been the most interesting out of the tag team division, like I was saying. And I think that, them building with the Acclaimed a good story, especially with Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn himself. I
Oh yeah.
think that itself is very interesting to watch each and every week. I wasn't happy when they won, but I understand why they won. They need that push, and whether they trained prior to this or not, or got that, hey, you're Billy Gunn's kid, so why don't you just join AEW and get your licks in as much as you want? It was great. And they, we're friends with the Acclaim. That's kind of how we got approached them,
Yeah.
besides with Evolution and Dark. So I think that the Guns need to retain and continue their streak going forward as good heels. I think they could be a really good heel tag team going forward. We got a couple more pay-per-views where the Acclaim can snatch those titles back. We got a couple more pay-per-views where Death Triangle could snatch those titles. So it's not like they're gonna run a whole year worth as
I
heel
better
work.
hope
I don't
not.
think yeah, I don't really think they have that much in them in creativity wise. I think they're gonna start losing steam very soon, especially after Revolution. Um, but yeah, so that's for that one. And then what else we got? We got Warlow and Samoa Joe.
Poor
Honestly, I
Joe.
don't give a fuck about either one.
Me
Don't care.
neither.
Don't care. I don't care if
I don't care
Warlow
who
wins.
wins.
Yep, I don't care. It's a stupid match. It's a dumb filler. It's a filler that we could have gave to somebody else or just taken it out entirely. We don't need a long ass show. This
Powerhouse
should have been a
Hobbs.
zero. Yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs would have been interesting to see. Hell, Swerve would have been interesting to see against Samoa
Keith.
Joe. Keith,
Keith Lee and Samoa Joe would be a banger.
Yeah, I think that would have been a lot more interesting, but we get what we get. Thank you, Tony Khan. So that's that. And then what else do we
Ricky
got? We
Starks,
got
Ricky Starks, and Chris Jericho.
I want Ricky. Ricky needs this win. Ricky needs this win. Ricky needs this win for a few reasons. I think Ricky needs this win for his push going forward, going against the title run. Him against MJF last year at Winter is Coming was a very
Yep.
good match. It wasn't a great match. MJF was still a little rusty after coming off of his Full Gear win and everything. So it was definitely a match that I want to see happen. Um, again, I would like to see him and MJF if MJF does retain or whatnot. But otherwise, I want Ricky Win to win because I think he could do really good for the men's division and growing that division to the next generation, kind of like how I would like it with WWE and everything.
Okay. Then we have
What's
Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy in a final
Jungle Boy?
burial match.
Jungle Boy, Jack
Jungle Boy.
Perry, Jungle Boy. Christian doesn't need the win. There's no reason for Christian to get this
Yeah.
win. There's not. What are we gonna do with him? Like he just came off an injury. He, is starting to get that rust on him. He's been doing this for a very long time. That TLC matches that he used to do with Edge has definitely started to wear on him. Don't get me wrong. His promo skills are good. I'm still happy to see him in the ring. I'm still happy to see him on ringside and on the show itself. Um, but there's no reason for this, and I hope Luchasaurus plays some type of role in this match.
Yeah.
I think that if Luchasaurus comes out and helps Jungle Boy Jack Perry and bring Luchasaurus and Perry back together again and have them go on a tag team run, I think that would be really great. The two of them were great together. Not having Christian Cage and Luchasaurus's ear would be nice. I know Christian probably won't let this live its down for sure. He'll probably will try to somehow or another try to get back in and swindle with the two of them because that's just who Christian is. He's always been that
Oh
type
yeah.
of person. But again, I think that Jack Perry definitely needs this to end the story and this whole rivalry that we never really got to begin with. He was injured, and we got the Luchasaurus match and the cage match for Full Gear instead when it was supposed to be Christian and Luchasaurus, Christian and Jack Perry.
Christian and
So
Jungle Boy. Yeah.
yeah, so this is definitely a match we've been waiting for. This is a match
Mm,
that Jack Perry definitely needs to get the win, and I prefer to see Christian kind of start fading into the managerial position after this, not
okay.
going on these single runs and stuff. Right? You don't. I get it. You might want it because of the acclaim, the acolytes, and all that stuff. Whatever, but you're a legend, dude. You've been doing this for a long time. There's nothing about you that's not legendary. So I'm happy with that.
Okay. Next we got John Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page in a Texas Death Match.
I want Hangman. I mean,
Okay.
Moxley's going to be bleeding right before the match starts. So,
Facts.
definitely we got to grab the mop bucket for this one for sure.
Yep.
It's definitely going to be a brutal match, but I want Hangman to win. I want this to be the last of the matches between the
I think
two of
it
them.
will be. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
the trilogy.
Yeah, I think this needs to end on the right note. Both men are talented. They're both going to shake each other's hands at the end. They should, at least after all of this is said and done. They both put each other in the hospital. They both have put injuries on one another. They both have had wins upon one another. So this is definitely one of those things that it's just like, let's get the final one out there, and then we're done. Let Hangman go on and go for Adam Cole. I like to see him and Adam Cole go at it to try to get
Oh yeah.
MJF's belt, or Daniel Bryanson's belt, whoever decides to win that crazy Iron Man match. But yeah, so definitely Hangman for sure.
Okay. And finally, MJF, Bryan Danielson, 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW World Championship.
It has to be MJF.
Really?
It has to be MJF. And the reason why I say it has to be MJF is, and I'm, like everybody else, I'm going to say the same shit that everybody knows. MJF's contract ends this year. And for a while, he has been teasing WWE. And in
Okay.
interviews, he said, a penny more and I'll go. It's all about the money for me. It's not about who will do better for me, this, that, and the third. I think that AEW needs MJF more than MJF needs AEW. If he were to go to WWE, I don't think he's going to have a great run. I think he's going to be one of those guys that we see a couple times a week, if anything, and then eventually get put in the backlog and possibly go down to NXT, which he doesn't
Yeah.
need to be there. Um, I definitely think it's not Bryan Danielson's time. I think that this is more or less the time to let MJF see what he could do with the belt as his contract is expiring. Because with the other pay per views coming up, one being Forbidden Door 2, and of course, All Out, and other ones to come,
Double or
MJF's
nothing.
Double or Nothing title defenses for him are going to be far in between. I'd rather see him wrestle for the title defenses against Hangman. I'd rather see him wrestle against Adam Cole. I think those competitors are going to be on a very similar wavelength of MJF's wrestle style in the sense of technicality and a little bit of high flying ability. But again, I don't think that Bryan Danielson is ready per se for this match. I don't. I should say not match, but for this title run, I don't think it's his time just yet. I think more or less that it needs to be MJF because he, not for nothing. Let's be honest here. I'm watching him because of those promos. I mean, he's talking to the kid right there through the camera. He's willing to go above and beyond to get those wins. He's willing to cheat, lie, and steal his way to victory like Eddie Guerrero. He is willing to do anything to keep that Triple B on him, no matter what. So, Danielson being a very technical, long-winded wrestler, he's definitely going to put him through the ringer for this match. But I don't think that Danielson is going to come up with the victory. I think there's going to be a lot of cheating, and there's going to be a lot of cheap wins that MJF's going to get ahead of him to kind of
Yeah.
give him his own smooth pacing to the victory itself.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's all your predictions. Now
Yes,
it's
those
time
are
for
my
mine.
predictions. Just mine, I promise.
Yeah. So you said Jungle Boy. You said Ricky. You said House of Black.
Yes. House of Black.
You said Ruby Soho.
Yep.
I'm questioning that. Um, Hangman.
Yep.
You didn't give a fuck about Samoa Joe and Wardlow.
Nope. Don't care.
Um, you said the Guns, and then you
Yes.
said MJF. Okay.
Yes.
For me,
Mhm.
well, Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy. It's obviously going to be Jungle Boy. This
Mhm.
feud's been going on for a while. All these promos that Christian Cage has been dropping. All this, you have a dead father, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's got to be Jack Perry.
Right.
It has to be. Whether Luchasaurus becomes the AEW version of Big Show and turns face and heel and face and heel and face and heel, that's up to Tony Khan, of course. But yeah, I don't see a scenario where Christian Cage walks out with the win. And the
Mhm.
only scenario I see Christian winning is if they run it back, which I kind of don't want it to be. I think Jungle Boy needs to move on. I think Christian Cage needs to move on. I think Luchasaurus needs to move on. I'm sick and
Agreed.
fucking tired of seeing Christian Cage and Jungle Boy in the same goddamn room. I
Mhm.
want to see them both do something else.
Yes.
That's what I think. And of course, have the big babyface Jack Perry win. Maybe
Right.
give him an All Atlantic title run. Give him a TNT title run. I don't give a fuck. Jungle Boy deserves it.
Mhm.
I just don't want him to face Christian Cage again. I think this is the first time they will face each other, but the year-long feud, I'm sick of it.
Yes. Same.
So, yeah, my prediction is Jungle Boy.
Mhm.
Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks. It will be Ricky.
Yes.
Um, whether or
Absolute
not
baby.
whether or not the Jericho Appreciation Society get involved in some way, even though they're banned from ringside, I'll bet you there'll be a moment in the match,
For
and
sure.
maybe we'll get Hook, maybe Ricky Starks and Hook have a bit of a reunion. I
Mm.
don't know. Maybe Hook gets Sammy Guevara out of there or something. I don't fucking know.
Action Andretti, yeah.
Action Andretti and Hook, the new Team Taz, or something like that. Or
Let's
the
get it.
next
Let's
big
get it going.
faction.
Yep.
That would be sick. Yeah, because I can definitely see Action Andretti getting involved because he and Ricky have kind of had this little alliance going on. But yeah, I see Ricky getting put over in this. So that's my prediction for that. The Elite versus House of Black. This has me torn because the Elite wins, LOL. And they just won the titles against Death Triangle in that big ass 7 series. So do I see them losing to the House of Black after that long ass 7 series? I don't
know. Right.
House of Black, however, need a trios championship reign. They do. I wanted the House of Black to win the tournament when it was made because I didn't know Kenny Omega was going to be the Young Bucks partner. I thought it was going to be Hangman, but I really wanted House of Black to win, and now they're finally getting their shot. I'm not going off who I want. I'm going off of who I think, and I think Elite. And
wow. Okay.
I think Elite because they're probably going to give them a lengthy reign.
Right.
They're going to give them a lengthy reign. EVPs, Elite win, LOL. Who do they drop the titles to? Because I think a lot of people are thinking it's going to be Phil Brooks and FTR reuniting, but I don't think it's going to be them.
I hope not.
I can see in a lot of people's prediction videos, they're probably thinking, CM Punk is coming back, y'all. It's 2017 all over again. CM Punk's coming back, y'all. I'm joking. No. But I still think the Elite win. But who they drop it to, I don't fucking know. I want it to be Blackpool Combat Club. Danielson, Yuta, Claudio. Have Claudio and Yuta drop their AEW belts at some point and beat the Elite. I don't fucking care.
Right.
They'd be great as trios champions in my eyes. So, yeah, the Elite are going to be my picks. Triple threat match, AEW Women's Championship, Jimmy Hayter, Saraya, Ruby Soho. Not Ruby Soho.
Wow! Come on! You're killing me.
I think she's there to eat the pin. I think she's only in that triple threat match to eat the pin.
Okay.
It's going to be either Jamie Hayter or Saraya. And I don't fucking know who between the two, because I could definitely see Tony Khan being like, we got Paige, we got to make her win. But I can also see Tony Khan being like, Jamie Hayter's homegrown talent, and she's rising up the card, and we're going to make her retain or something. I'm going Saraya.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
I'm going Saraya. And I'm going to have Saraya pin Ruby so they can have a rematch.
Does this break up Tony and Saraya for you down the road? Because Tony wants her belt back.
Down the road, definitely. Okay. I think because Tony wants her belt back, and she's become the sidekick in a way to Saraya. So she would be sick and tired of it. And even then, even if you have the feud between Tony and Saraya for the belt, you can start a Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter feud. Have Britt view Jamie as a failure. Right? Feel like you can't defend the belt.
Wow, that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Have Britt be like, I've been champion for so long. You drop it in your like big defense. What the fuck is wrong with you? So I think Saraya wins it. I think she does. Next we got John Moxley, Hangman Adam Page.
Okay.
Hangman. I think it's a trilogy. Hangman got knocked out first, and yeah, I think it would be great if Hangman wins. I think we got someone else in here. I don't know if they're ready to join the stream.
Sorry, I'm
What's going on?
Camera.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fixing my camera at the minute.
Oh, that's all
There
good.
he is.
There we
What's
go.
going
There he
on?
is. Hello.
Hello,
Do
hello.
excuse background noise,
Hello.
Yeah,
actually.
please. Same with me. I got the dog barking because I'm not giving her attention. So.
I got WWE headquarters.
Oh
Alright,
shit.
that's much better. Alright,
There
so
you
what did I
go.
miss, guys? Sorry, I
Whew,
was
you missed a
shoveling
lot.
snow. I missed a lot. Oh
You
boy.
missed
I-
the SmackDown review, but
okay, I
and I
didn't
think
care
you
about
missed
that.
Dylan's. I think you missed Dylan's AEW predictions. I'm almost at the end of my predictions,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then I'll
I'll
just
give
run
you
through
the
mine
Alright.
quick.
Alright.
and
I
then I'll
just
give
Yeah,
you
wanted
the
I want
floor.
his.
Yeah,
I
Yep.
mostly
and then
came
I'll
for
give
the
you the floor.
predictions because
Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much.
And then I'll give you
Yeah.
the floor to do your predictions after I'm done mine. I think I only got 3 more matches to go, and I'll
Yeah,
try
we
to
were
be
just
quick.
talking about the Ruby one. Oh no, sorry, Moxley and Hangman.
Moxley and
Moxley and
Hangman. I went Hangman
Mm-hmm.
and Samoa Joe and Wardlow.
Don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Give
Same.
it to Wardlow. Give it to Wardlow. He's already a Ring of Honor champion. He doesn't need 2 belts. And
Yep.
we got the tag team title fatal 4-way. Again, fuck Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Why is Orange Cassidy and Danhausen in here? I'm going Acclaimed. The Guns being transitional champions. I'm sorry. Why they were even champions in the first place, I don't
Come
get it.
on, come on, come on.
All
You're
your
killing
picks
me
are
here.
not my picks.
I know,
No.
but I love it. I love it. I love the
And then, of course, main event, MJF and Bryan Danielson. I don't know. Why is MJF going to go 60 minutes? I don't fucking get it.
It's Bryan
This is Brian.
Danielson.
Yep, this
And
is
it's
Bryan
Bryan
Danielson's
Bryan
move.
Danielson, special case.
Yep.
It's hard because it is Bryan Danielson. I don't see MJF surviving 5 minutes with Bryan Danielson in a good day.
Right.
But I see cheating MJF.
Mm-hmm.
MJF's gonna cheat and he's gonna retain the belt. I don't know. I would want Bryan Danielson to win though.
Right.
But it is what it is. So
Alright.
yeah. So to recap mine, and then Dylan, you can recap yours after I'm done.
Yep.
I went Jungle Boy, Ricky, The Elite, Saraya, Hangman, Wardlow, The Acclaimed, and MJF. Dylan, what did you?
I went Ricky, Ruby Soho, the Guns, House of Black, MJF. Don't care about Wardlow and Samoa Joe. It's a bathroom break for me, so either one could win. I really don't care. Who else? Oh, and Jack Perry. Jack Perry
And
needs
Jungle
to
Boy.
win. Yeah.
And then, of course, the 0-hour match, Mark Briscoe and the Lucha
Mark
Brothers.
Briscoe. There's no reason why there shouldn't be.
Also, apparently, Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio and Wheeler Yuta versus the Dark Order, John Silver.
I knew that was happening.
Oh, that was the new match you were talking about.
Yeah. There it is. Nope, that's 0
Blackpool
hour.
Combat Club, obviously.
Yeah.
Blackpool.
Yeah.
I think we all agree.
Yeah. So I guess that leaves me now.
Yes, we need to hear it.
Yeah,
we need to hear it now.
I might include like what I think might happen, like
yes, please do.
Within the matches or like after the matches.
That's what we've been doing this whole time. You can go right ahead.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
First off, pre-show matches. I think we're all agreeing on who is winning. It's Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Brothers and Blackpool Combat Club.
Reach the sky, boys.
Yeah, I can skip that.
Dark matches.
Next up, I think I'm gonna start with the like lower end of the matches, which will be the Women's World Championship 3-way. Okay, so
God,
I think
I'm about
most
to flip
likely
my laptop if he said something different than Ruby.
All right. So here's my thoughts on this. I think most likely Hater will retain.
We all had different picks?
I
think wow.
No,
okay.
That's like what I think they'll probably do. personally, I think Ruby deserves the win. I think
That's what I'm
Soho
talking about.
deserves
she
the
deserves
win.
it. Yeah, she
That's what I'm
deserves
talking
it.
about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
Absolutely.
I don't care who wins.
Oh wow. Okay.
I
all
do
right.
not care who wins
Okay.
because I am fine with Soraya winning because I have seen like IWC has been like molding towards her like they do with like Ronda, they did with like 2014 to 2017 Roman Reigns, they do with Cena 2004 to 2010. Like I don't understand
Seth
like this.
Rollins,
Seth.
2019.
Exactly. It's crazy.
Exactly.
I'm like, why?
Seth.
Why are you doing this?
If Soraya wins, IWC will riot.
Yes. Yes, and I will bask in their tears. But anyway, no, I feel like they would most likely go with Hater retaining, but I do want Soho to win because I think she deserves it the most.
Okay.
Next up,
Same.
the TNT Championship. There is no reason Joe wins. No reason Joe
Yeah,
wins.
no.
Wardlow
No.
has to win, and then
Mhm.
Powerhouse Hobbs comes out. I think he like they fight on Wednesday on Dynamite after Revolution, right?
Like
Mhm.
next
Yes.
Wednesday?
Yes.
Yeah, next
Yes.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Next Wednesday.
the only scenario Joe wins is if he drops it to Powerhouse on Wednesday.
Right.
That's what I want.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because I think Joe and Hobbs are both heels, so I think it only makes sense that
It
Wardlow
would make
gets.
sense if Wardlow wins.
Yeah, I think maybe they can build up Wardlow and Hobbs more, but I don't know. Next up, the Tag Team Championship 4-way. Oh boy. I do not trust Tony to like. I feel like Tony Khan would like throw like a curveball. So I'm going to say I expect something out of nowhere like Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal winning. And that's going to be terrible. That is going to be the worst match of the night.
Oh no.
Probably
No.
because of cheating. Probably because of
No.
the big guy and
The
Right.
Satnam Singh.
Satnam Singh. Yeah. I'll be
Fuck.
honest though, I would be very happy if Orange Cassidy and Danhausen win. I know they're not going to, but it
There
would
would
be
be no
awesome.
reason.
Yeah, but like
Do
the
you
best.
really think Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal are gonna win?
God,
I
I
don't
hope
want
not.
it to happen, but I feel like Tony might do that. Like the safe play would have Guns retain.
Mm,
I think that would be like something everyone would expect, but like I just feel like Tony would do something stupid like that.
Right.
okay.
Next up, Jericho versus Starks. Ricky needs the win. I don't like Jericho is good enough without the win. Like
Yeah.
Ricky, I
Jericho's
think
old.
needs. Yeah,
Put over the young talent.
yeah,
You should do
yeah.
that.
I think Jericho wants to do that, so like I don't think he'll mind giving the win to Ricky.
Same. Yeah.
All right, the final burial, which before it was a no holds barred match, and then got
Yeah.
changed to the final burial, which I found out is apparently basically like a buried alive match.
Oh,
Buried
it is
alive.
a
Yeah.
buried alive match.
Yeah, it is a buried alive match.
Oh
It is.
shit! Dunker Boy needs to win that one for good. Then
That
I
explains
believe
the
it is.
Christian Cage tombstone. That explains it.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
got changed to the final burial, which is just a buried alive match.
Yeah, on my list it said final
Jungle Boy.
burial, and I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's basically a buried alive match.
Right.
I think Jungle Boy has to win. Another thing, like that, like might come like as one of the surprises of Revolution, the return of Luchasaurus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
maybe he like helps Christian like win and cost Jungle Boy the match, but I think the better story here is if Luchasaurus turns on Christian and helps Jungle Boy win. And then
That's
he
both
can
of
beat
our
up Jungle Boy.
Right.
And he can beat
I
up
think
Jungle
the
Boy,
best
fuck you.
ending to this story is a triple threat between Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Christian.
That would be insane.
Next up, I'll say the death match, the Texas death match.
Okay.
This is gonna be hard for me to say because this involves my favorite like wrestler in AEW, which is Mox.
Mine too.
However, Hangman needs to win.
Yeah.
I will not be mad if Moxley wins, but I don't
I feel
think
your
he
pain. I don't
yeah.
want Mox to lose, but I think Hangman wins.
Yes. I just love Moxley so much. I will probably be rooting for him, but Hangman needs to win more.
Respect. I respect it.
And then this is going to be this next match involves someone that is also one of my favorites. Probably my second favorite. And will probably have the biggest surprise of the night potentially. And after an incredible banger, I think this has potential to be match of the night, the trios title match. So my second favorite is Malachi Black.
Okay.
However, I honestly don't care. Either of them is fine. I would love for House to win, but
Mhm.
I do think the Elite wins simply because of what happens after, which will be the return of CMFTR to challenge the Elite next.
That was
God,
what
know how much I'd
Rayon
pay to not have that happen?
said in
I'd
the
pay
chat. What if
everything.
CM Punk returns? The only scenario I see
Yes,
CM Punk returning is CMFTR versus the Elite. I don't see him going back for the world title. He doesn't
I
need to.
I think he can. The only alternative to this is if FTR comes after the tag title match and challenges for the tag titles, and then CM Punk comes out to challenge MJF because
Would
he
he
never
be?
lost the title.
Would he still be injured even if his like backstage problems are resolved now? Isn't he still injured?
He's been teasing that like he's good to go. Like he's
He's good.
been like showing himself like working out and everything, and he's like in his Instagram story, he's like told FDR like, "Oh, time to
Oh,
go. It's
okay.
clobbering time." So
Dylan,
yes, I
you
do
seem
think
very
CM
pissed
Punk
off.
and FTR return
No,
at
I,
Evolution.
you know, I
I don't know
I
when
want
that
him. I
would
want
be.
him to
I
finish.
think
I want
it
him to
would make
finish.
sense for CMFDR versus the Elite
Yeah, for
later
sure.
on.
Double or
They could
Nothing seems
also
like a
set this
perfect
up
pay-per-view.
to end on potentially like CM Punk versus Kenny Omega with like a stipulation of loser leaves AEW because apparently Kenny Omega might go to WWE.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is this is an incredible match. Elite versus House of Black. Either of them are great. I think it's going to be potentially best match of the night if the main event does not be match of the night.
I think my prediction for a match of the night would be I think it
Probably the
would be
death
Mox
match.
versus Hangman.
Yeah, this is not like a bad pay-per-view. I like this how this pay-per-view is shaped
At
up.
first I said it was bad, then I looked at the card and I was like, no, not bad.
And then now main event. It's kind of obvious because I don't
Maybe
remember
kind of.
where, but I think in like an interview or something, Bryan Danielson said he like doesn't actually want the title. He just wants to have like good stories and matches for it. But I don't know. Maybe that's changed. Maybe that isn't true. But it's hard, man. It's hard to say MJF, but I think MJF is gonna. I think
Yeah.
MJF is gonna win with one fall difference. Like he's gonna have like one more. He barely wins.
Like
He's
10
gonna like
seconds
get the
left.
last fall in like the last second. Yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it's gonna be an incredible match. And then if CM Punk is not the one to challenge MJF next, I think it will be Adam Cole to challenge
Yes.
Right.
MJF next. I think Adam
Adam
Cole
Cole
needs
is
to
my
fight
pick.
MJF. Yeah.
Adam Cole's my next pick. I think he's coming back. What did he say? He's going to be back in the ring the week that All Access drops or something. So
Yeah.
you can still have him
Great.
confront him before he returns to the ring.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
The next pay-per-view for AEW.
Forbidden Door 2.
Yeah.
I think, right? It would be
Or no,
June.
no.
Or
I think it
Double or
might be
Nothing.
Double or Nothing. It might be Double or
Double or
Nothing.
Nothing May. Double or Nothing May.
I think it's Double or
yeah,
Nothing, then All Out, and
And then Forbidden Door 2. Then it would be
September.
like August,
All
September,
Out. Then it would be All Out. Then Full Gear.
and Full
And that's
Gear.
it?
And then that's it. There's only like 4 or 5 pay-per-views, not counting
Yeah.
Forbidden
Yeah.
Door.
With the CM Punk thing, here's my thought on it. Listen, he's a great wrestler, etc., etc. It'd be nice to see him back, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to see him as a trios champion with FTR, because I feel like then we're just gonna get another run with FTR going for all the belts again, and I don't
Yeah.
know if we're really gonna be getting a fair shake for the rest of these guys in the locker room. So MJF coming, CM Punk coming back for MJF makes more sense. Saying, "Hey, buddy, guess who's back?" and them trying to figure out a story around there, going to the next pay per view or next big show pay per view, if you want to call it, on a Friday night thing or something like that. I don't know if FTR, if they are going to come back, are they going to maybe pop up at the Guns thing instead? If the Guns retain and maybe go after them first, more or less
Yeah.
the elite. But FTR, Punk, FTR. I don't know if I really want it. I think, after everything that's been said and done, personally, I think he doesn't belong in the ring after everything that happened out after that All Out. Yeah, I know he's apologized. Yeah, I know he's probably been making good on his apology, trying to talk to everybody. But
and even like the elite are planning, like want to move on. They're like,
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
really,
they
how
said
many
in
more
an
times are we
interview.
getting this?
They
Yeah,
said on Renee Young's podcast, it's like, yeah, we want to move on.
Yeah, I don't think, I definitely feel like there's a couple big returns coming, Luchasaurus being one of them, to help out with the match, whether it's on Christian side or Jungle Boy side.
Yeah.
I definitely see CM Punk showing up, but I think more or less CM Punk might show up for MJF. It could also be Adam Cole and MJF and CM Punk both show up at the same time to challenge MJF for a title. Put him in a triple threat type of,
Triple
again,
threat.
if he, and
that
it,
is
the
incredible.
only way that would happen is if he really proves himself on Sunday that he can last 60 minutes with Bryan Danielson. I think with matches like that, with a longevity and a lot of endurance, something like a triple threat might be in more of a easier wheelhouse for MJF to either retain or drop the belt to, Adam Cole, or God forbid it, but CM Punk, as well. And, I'd like to see FTR come back for sure. I think they're great in AEW, but I think that they're going to probably come back for the Guns Championship if the Guns do retain, or the Acclaimed. They had a great match against the Acclaimed, so I wouldn't be really hesitant to see them go after the Acclaimed again, after them winning their belts back, if that does happen. But great picks, buddy. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that those are the two paths. I think regardless what happens, CM FTR is coming back. CM and FTR are all coming back.
Yeah,
whether it's together or separate.
Yeah.
I can definitely expect CM Punk to come back. As much as my personal opinion doesn't want me to see him come back, because I hate to be that guy, but AEW's ratings aren't doing too well.
No.
Nobody gives a fuck right now.
Mm-mm.
If CM Punk comes back, that brings a lot more eyes.
Yep, and FTR.
And FTR.
And personally, like, I don't like hate CM Punk, but I know he's sometimes a douche.
Right.
And like
Sometimes?
I've said it, like, and when like people like on the internet were like
Sometimes.
speculating he might like go to WWE, I'm like,
Oh God, please,
no.
no.
Hunter and him are like, whoa, they hate each other.
They've had conversations. They've had conversations
but like
with all of
they're
this
still, like,
going
at
on.
odds. They
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. I mean,
they
look what he
just don't
done.
like each other.
Yeah, you
And
know, and so
WWE doesn't need them. Like,
no, Seth said it
Especially
perfectly.
now.
We don't need that.
yeah.
But yeah, I think this would be a great pay-per-view, even though the build hasn't been the best. According to Tony Khan, the matches make the bangers. And, you know, whether or not a lot of us
There
could
are
agree
good
with
matches.
that, there's great matches.
Great matches.
Starks and Jericho is also a good match of the night contender.
Mhm.
Yeah, I expect the returns of Luchasaurus, FTR, and possibly CM Punk.
Right.
But I think CM Punk would have to have a lot of fucking apologies in order to come back.
A lot.
He would have to apologize to everybody. But
yeah,
he can start by punching MJF in the face.
That'd be a good way to start it off.
The match that we were supposed to get, CM Punk
right,
and MJF.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, what do you guys? I think we already said what we thought our match of the night was going to be, but let's just say it again. I said Starks and I said Mox and Hangman. Dylan,
Elite versus House of Black.
Elite versus House of Black for you?
Yeah, I think I might go with that as well. That one's probably going to be one of the ones that you got to watch for sure, because if it goes either way,
have to say this like, and that like basically, it's gonna be like what we're picking, like if the main event is not going to be match of the night, because
I think the crowd is going to be so tired. It's 60 minutes.
Yeah, and it's
unless
the last
like
match of the evening,
the first half of the pay-per-view is like not going to like take too long.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like normal time.
Yeah.
For matches.
Watch the matches be super short.
Yeah. The other one that could be match of the night, the other match that could be a match of the night besides Jack Perry and Christian Cage, is going to be this women's triple threat. I think it's gonna. I think I'll say it again and everything. Ruby Soho needs this win, and I think she's probably the best choice at the moment to have this belt. You know, it brings her push to a whole nother level, and it gives a lot more momentum for the undercard of the women's division. A nice push as well. You know, she could put over a lot of great women coming back. Thunder Rosa in talks is coming back in some sense of the matter. She's apologized to a lot of people. So I could see her dropping it to Thunder Rosa. And I think Ruby holding that belt would be someone to definitely see going forward.
Yeah. I'm still getting used to AEW like women's division, because like I've just recently started watching AEW like fully.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now noticing like I'm not really watching Rampage too much.
That's normal. That's normal.
Yeah. I'm like
I watch it
like
every
one
week.
or two matches. It's like
hell.
Yeah, Dynamite.
I'll look at the cards. I'll look at the cards on Twitter, realize that the Rampage cards are shit, and only like really watch Dynamite, because that's mainly where the big stories are. And Rampage, it's just like, see John Moxley versus some fucking loser.
Yeah.
Like
the only I think the only like good part of Rampage right now, from what I'm noticing, is the story between Keith Lee, Dustin Rhodes, and the Mogul affiliates. Before I would see like House of Black interacting with Kingston and Ortiz like that. I thought, oh, this is interesting. I actually thought Eddie was going to join House of Black. Not gonna lie, but
Well, Ortiz, I thought he was.
and then like Eddie just quit AEW because now he's
Yeah, go to
full.
Ring of Honor.
Quit.
It's
Ring of Honor.
like
Quit,
they're just gonna go to their
Quit.
second show.
Yeah.
And now we got Claudio and him for the super card. Like, it's exciting, but
Claudio and Eddie, I think, is good.
that's gonna be a match.
It's
That'll
gonna
be
be great.
Yeah, that'll be a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like personally,
Be...
like yeah. So like anyway, I'm not used to the whole women's division. I'm still like
getting used to it,
figuring it out, and like Jade Cargill is like actually impressive. Like clearly they want to like push her like very dominant, and I'm actually like curious who would like dethrone her. Because like
I don't know.
unless they want to make her like the AEW woman Roman Reigns.
I compare her to Goldberg. You have the
Goldberg
keeping track of the streak, and it's like if you're gonna have her go past 173 or how many fucking wins Goldberg had back in the day, fuck. I don't want to see Jade Cargill with that long ass reign that lasts 3 years.
Right?
No. I want to see someone else
yeah.
have CBS. We don't even have James Cargill on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but like another thing is this like woman's title, division, like this woman's title, like all the people involved.
Yeah,
I'm like impressed with like all of them,
they're
including
all great
Soraya.
Yeah.
Soraya, I think, does need a bit of work, but yeah, Tony, Ruby, Britt Baker, Hayter, they're all good. Like, but like that's all like I'm noticing. The only other like female wrestler that I'm like noticing, and it's because the problem is she's like not shown on like Dynamite or Rampage. Is the one involved with my favorite faction, which is the House of Black. I do want to see more of Julia Hart. I heard she's like wrestling like at Dark. I don't watch Dark.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Dark's not my thing.
Yeah.
Dark and Dark Elevation are their developmental territory.
Yeah,
though,
so maybe like they'll wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually like really curious on like who could possibly like dethrone Jade Cargill. And there are a couple other titles that like I do want to like see like other people like
Jungle Boy needs a title.
That's true.
Yes. Yes, he does.
I'm interested.
Danielson needs to win a title sometime. Whether it's Sunday, whether it's any other time, I want to see Danielson as champion before he hangs up the boots for good on his own terms.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston with the Ring of Honor belt. Have him beat Claudio.
I could see it.
I want to throw something out there. Go ahead. Say your thing.
Oh,
I want to throw something. I want to throw something crazy out there.
I think Danielson could like work with either the TNT Championship or more likely the All Atlantic. Personally, my pick to dethrone Orange Cassidy is someone who is currently fighting for the Trios belt, and that is Malachi Black.
Yeah,
I would love to see Malachi Black versus Orange Cassidy. Keith Lee does need to win AEW World Heavyweight Championship. That is true. Actually, I don't know about Keith Lee. I'm thinking Swerve instead. Swerve could be more interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I had someone in my head, and I can believe it. Adam Cole.
Baby
needs to win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I wanna say this. I wanna see what you guys think. If Punk comes back Sunday,
Okay.
and challenges MJF.
Okay.
At the next pay-per-view. And let's say he wins.
Fuck.
Do you think the next person to take Punk's title should be Bryan Danielson or Adam Cole?
Adam Cole.
Oh. You know, I'd say one of Punk's title defenses should be against Danielson. I would love to see Punk versus Danielson in 2023.
I think
but yeah,
Adam
I
Cole
do agree.
Dethrone.
Adam Cole could dethrone.
Yeah, I do think Danielson could be one of the defenses, but Adam Cole, I think, can be the one to dethrone Punk.
So then, do we ever give Bryan a title?
TNT.
Not world heavyweight, not world championship.
Really?
Not
so
world
we don't ever want to see him as a world heavyweight.
I would love it, but like I don't think they're gonna give it to him. Maybe they'll give him All Atlantic or TNT or something, but not world heavyweight championship.
They might for like a little bit, and then they'll
maybe like
give it to someone else
near the end of his AEW time. But
yeah,
I don't know.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna have to do it for our stream. I want to thank you guys for coming on. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are all part of the Pro Wrestle News team. Be sure to check their page out on YouTube, and yeah, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn the post notifications on so you never miss out on an upload. And yeah, anything else you guys like to say before we sign off?
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm excited for tomorrow. It's gonna seem really
It needs
fun.
to come already.
Yep.
It needs to come already. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, this has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling with Last Week in Wrestling. And, sir, you haven't introduced yourself on stream.
Oh, me. Yes.
Yes, you.
I'm known as Will Ferris. Do I give my real name?
No, you don't have to. No.
All right. Yeah, I'm
just
known as
go
Will
off
Ferris.
Will Ferris.
Will Ferris. Yeah, I'm the new guy.
The new guy.
The new
guy. Okay, before we go, a lot of people are asking if there's going to be a watch along tomorrow.
Yeah, I actually was going to say something about that. I know that there's the 0 hour, so I was going to start it. Of course, I wanted to talk to you and everybody with the team to get an approval first, but I was going to do 6:30 till everything was done, if that was okay.
If I was going to be on it, I wouldn't be there the whole time. I would only be there for a little bit.
Okay.
But
how about you?
I might be like moving like on and off just to like pray or something or eat. I don't know.
Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, no, I know that tomorrow I was gonna
we'll see what happens. But I'll be watching. Yeah, I'll be watching either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a watch along. I think tomorrow. I think me and Rayan kind of already talked about that and everything in the group chat. So I think it's gonna start by like 6:30, and then 6:30. Then we're just gonna go till everything's done. So I'm gonna do 0 hour and then the whole Revolution card.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. Watch along tomorrow. Be sure to tune in to the Pro Wrestling News account. Is that what we're doing?
Yes. Pro Wrestling News account. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. And yeah, see you next
We should
one.
do this again tomorrow for Roadblock. Not for tomorrow, Monday. Monday. Yeah, we should do this for NXT Roadblock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in too.
Totally.
That'd be sick. All right. So thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.